এই মুহূর্তে থাইল্যান্ডে এসকেপ সম্মেলনে বক্তব্য রাখছেন প্রধানমন্ত্রী শেখ হাসিনা। সরাসরি যাব সেখানে।
বিকাশে কম খরচে ক্যাশ আউটের লিমিট বেড়ে 50,000, প্রিয় এজেন্টও 2টা।
We need to push for ambitious climate financing goals beyond 2025 at COP29. We need to cooperate on cross-border water management and air quality improvement. We must all prepare for growing extreme weather events. Our region can look into Bangladesh's experience in disaster risk reduction. By positioning itself as a preferred investment destination for the region. I invite Asia-Pacific countries to take advantage of the 100 special economic zones we are setting up. Madam Chair, the preconditions for sustainable development is lasting peace and security. We must settle regional disputes and tension through dialogue. Our mutual respect for national sovereignty and territorial integrity must remain paramount. We must speak out against all forms of aggression and atrocities and say no to war. Bangladesh stands behind the UN Secretary General's new agenda for peace. Distinguished friends, I have personally witnessed the tragedy of war during our independence in 1971. In 1971, my father of the nation, Bangabandhu Sheikh Mujibur Rahman, he declared the independence. After that, he was arrested. The occupied army also arrested my mother, my two brothers, my sister, myself. They occupied our home, destroyed it, looted, and they put us in a abandoned house. There was no furniture, no security, no food arrangement, nothing. Yes, they provided just only one blanket for whole family. I was pregnant that time. My younger brother was only 6 years old. For whole day and night up to next day, we didn't receive any food or anything. No security, no food arrangement, nothing. Yes, they provided just only one blanket for whole family. I was pregnant that time. My younger brother was only 6 years old. For whole day and night up to next day, we didn't receive any food or anything. Till we liberate our country, we were under that custody. My son was born in captivity. They allowed me to go to hospital, but the day my son was born, till next afternoon, they didn't provide me any food or any assistance. So, we know how our people suffered. There was a genocide. Many people took shelter in the neighboring countries. But we won the war. Then 1975, 15th August. I lost my family. I have suffered the trauma of the brutal assassination of my father, mother, my 3 brothers, my 2 sisters-in-law, and other relatives. My sister and I was abroad that time. I was in Germany. We could not come back to our country because military dictator took over power and declared martial law, and they prevented us to come back to my country. We have to live abroad as a refugee for 6 years. My sister was very young that time. She was only 16 or 17 years old. Well, after 6 years, I was able to return home. I started struggling to establish democracy in our country, to establish people's rights, to establish people's economic emancipation. But my journey was not that easy. Several times I was arrested or I faced attempt on me. 2004, 21st August, I was holding a rally against terrorism. But that rally was under attack, grenade attack in a broad daylight. This threw 13 Urges grenade. Every time I survived, due to my party, Bangladesh Awam League, the workers, they created Human Shield. They saved my life, but they sacrificed their life, many of them. On that day, 21 of our party leaders were killed, including 4 women leaders. When I returned home, I had no right to ask for justice. My sister and I have long been denied justice due to the indemnity given to the self-confessed killers by military dictator. So, our hearts reached out to unnecessary human suffering anywhere in the world. Well, after a long struggle, I was able to come back to power. Then, second time, I came back to power in 1996. Till 2001, I was there. Then again, 2008 election I won, and 2009 I was able to come back to power with the people's support. There are many conspiracies, but I enjoy people's love, affection, and understanding and support. That is my only strength. So, in August 2007, when thousands of Rohingya men and women and children from Myanmar fled to Bangladesh, we offered them temporary shelter. It was also inspired by my sister. She said, look what happened in 1971, the way our people suffered. They faced genocide. So these people are suffering, so we must open our door and give them shelter. Both of us, we went to Cox's Bazar, we see them, we allow them to come and take shelter. Excellencies, brothers and sisters, with an ever-growing population, this has now become one of the largest humanitarian situations in the world. In the backdrop of ongoing armed conflicts in Myanmar, the Rohingya repatriation process is also getting delayed. This is creating serious security risks within and beyond our territories. I take this opportunity to call upon the Asia-Pacific region, especially ASEAN, to play a proactive role in resolving the volatile situation in Myanmar. We must ensure that the Rohingyas can go back home in safety and dignity, and the earliest possible. The origin of their crisis has been in Myanmar, and its solution also lies with Myanmar. As long as the solution remains out of reach, all our efforts at regional connectivity, integration, and prosperity will continue to be marked by a missing puzzle. Let us redouble our efforts to put the puzzle back in the place. And side by side, I also want to mention the war is going on. Genocide is going on in Palestine. It must be stopped. War cannot give any solution, only loss of life. Children, women are the worst sufferers. Younger generation, they lost their life. Then why war? Wherever I go, I raise my voice because I face both experience, the wartime and as a refugee. So, please, I call upon the world leaders to stop the war. The Russia-Ukraine war, then now Israel, Iran or Palestine. Why Palestine people should not get their right? So we must raise our voice. After returning home, I established democracy in my country. And because democracy and continuous stability is there, and that's why I could make that much progress for our people. I wanted to do more, but because of this war and conflict, and then sanction, counter-sanction, inflation, all these reasons, I could go further. But I am trying my best to give our people more better life. So please raise your voice against any war. We don't want any war. In my country, I had insurgency activities for 2 decades. I solved it bilaterally only with those people I just discussed. 1,800 armed cadres surrendered their arms to me. That way I restored peace in my own country. So, through discussion, I think any problem can be solved. But we must focus on poverty reduction and ensure these people, those who are still suffering, for their economic emancipation. This is my humble call upon the world leaders, people, and also developed country. I thank you very much, Madam Chair, for giving me this opportunity to talk.
এসকাপ কমিশনের সেশনে বক্তব্য রাখছিলেন প্রধানমন্ত্রী শেখ হাসিনা। আমরা সরাসরি ছিলাম সেখানে।